Hello, sir. Pleasure to have you here. Can you please introduce yourself?
Thank you for having me. I'm Sambit Patra. I lead our energy and chemicals practice at Bain Company, and very good to be part of the ACF to 2025.
Okay, so I will start with my first question.
Sure.
From that ACF 2025, what is the most powerful takeaway from these sessions?
I think for me, the most powerful takeaway is that for chemicals is such a critical part of the India's growth story and GDP that we need to make it work, because not only about the industry but also the amplification that happens in the GDP and the value creation. I think we are in a pivotal point in our country's growth story right now, and I have no doubt that I took a lot of energy out of the conversations because there is a lot of optimism about this growth and the industry growth going forward.
Okay, sir. Was there any session or any theme that resonates to you?
I just came out from a panel discussion with Ravi Kapoor and we had 4 other panelists. For me, it was I look at things from more of an advisor side of a ringside view of the industry, but my fellow panelists were people who are entrenched in the industries. They're driving businesses, large businesses, so it was very good to hear different perspectives on growth. What I found quite exciting was it was not all gloom and doom that nothing's working. I think everyone is excited about the opportunity of where chemical can grow. There are bottlenecks, and there were some very good suggestions around how the next story for India will be a story of growth, not copying what others have done, but charting our own roadmap there.
Yes, sir. As you're talking about roadmap, sir. If as per your perspective, what will be the next critical step for the real regulatory framework?
I think the regulatory, again, this was echoing some of the discussion that happened in the panel. We need a long-term vision for chemical, right? It's not a year, 2 year, 3 year story. It's a decadal story. There's enough. India will grow, and there's a consumption story, India for India consumption story, which will require that the per capita consumption of chemicals in India, which is, by the way, the lowest among all developed countries, that needs to grow. There's an India for export story. Again, that has been a phenomenal story so far, but I just feel that we are at the cusp of doing more there, especially as India becomes a core market and a lot of multinationals looking to work with India for their supply chains. And finally, I think the talent that we have here is a big differentiator for us, and those would be the 3 things. Policy, just having one shop stop and getting an integrated view, getting the clusters working, big talk around, we have one Dahej working, can we have 10 more Dahejes or the equivalents in terms of chemical clusters, which just makes it easy for us companies to start, scale up, and also drive compliance and sustainability. I think that would be a big change if we can make that happen.
Okay, sir. So my last question, sir. In one line, can you please describe the ACF 2025?
ACF 2025 was the first time I attended it. I go back with a lot of energy. I go back with a lot of optimism about what this forum can do. And what stood out for me is it shines a bright light on the potential of this industry and its contribution to the India growth story.
Okay, so thank you so much for your time, sir. Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.